Okay, so the FLT for today I'll be able to graph a sine function and identify key features of the graph such as the amplitude, the phase shift, and the vertical translation. So we're taking the sine function and we're taking it a couple steps further. There's more things that you can do with the graph. And so this is the general function of the sine. So it's a sine bx minus c, this is in parentheses, plus d. Sometimes you'll see x, sometimes you'll see theta, but they both mean the same thing. It's just a variable. And then a, b, c, and d are just numbers that are in the function itself. So the a that's in front of the function, this is the amplitude. The amplitude is always going to be a positive number, and so I'm going to put that in an absolute value. Remember, when you have an absolute value, the number always turns out positive. Remember, the amplitude is also known as the height of our graph, so aka the height. The b of the function helps us find the period. Remember, the period is the length of one cycle. To figure out how to find the period, which we're going to use the letter t, the period is 2 pi divided by this number that's b. So 2 pi over b. The phase shift is completely new to us. The phase shift actually moves the function left or right. And to find the phase shift, you are going to take this in parentheses, the bx minus c, and set it equal to 0. And then you will solve for x. The d, the very last part of our function, this helps us find the vertical shift or the midline. If d is less than 0, that means it's a downward vertical shift. If d is bigger than 0, that means that there is a positive vertical shift. Remember, the midline is the exact middle of the graph. So we did some practice with this with the delta math. So for example, remember the sine function, the parent sine function looks something like this. It goes down, up, there. The midline in this case would be the x-axis.